Hello, Wastelanders! It's Smith playing Fallout 4 as Fiona, General of the Minutemen. With me, as always, is my cutie pie, Hancock. And we are going to give you a tour of Finch Farm today. Get back to my settlement tour series. The sun is just coming up. This is Finch Farm. Let's look at the location. There we are. I had shown you the slog. See, as I unlocked settlements, I came out around here, unlocked the slog, came down here and unlocked Finch Farm. I have 15 settlers here, no robots. I pretty much built up Finch Farm before I got all the DLC. I did most of the building here before I had Automatron and Vault 88, the Vault Tech Workshop, and the Nuka World stuff. So there's not a lot of new things here. A lot of this settlement is built with the stuff that came with the basic game. And of course I'm on PS4, so no mods. But let me give you the outside edge, as we do. We usually start with the outside edge. Now it has this freeway, broken highway thing, and it is possible to build up to that. I think I tried that when I first unlocked the settlement. I built up to the freeway to see what was up there, but I just didn't see the point of building the settlement on top of the freeway or having it built up to the freeway. For one, it just seemed impractical, and I'm all about the realistic settlements and the role-playing. You know, it didn't seem safe, like this big crumbling freeway. I'm going to build on top of that. What if it fell down, you know? I don't know. I mean, tactically, maybe it would be a good decision because you'd be able to shoot at everything that was coming at you, but I don't know. I left it down on the ground because you got your fields down on the ground and stuff anyway. And of course, there's garden plots you could probably put up there, but I don't think I had the garden plots at the time I started building the settlement. But like I said, it just seemed kind of odd. Like, I felt like it wouldn't be safe to build up there if this were the real world. So I didn't. But here we go. Here's the outside edge. You see me using those shack bridges again, as I like to do, to build kind of an outer wall around settlements. It's cheap. It doesn't fill up the size bar. It's easy. And then I also use some structures, like the back of this structure, this little, I don't know what it is, this semi-car trailer hitch thing here, the back of these buildings, and then the buildings face inward. So you don't necessarily have to build a wall all the way around. You just make sure that part of your outer wall is the back of the buildings you're building in the settlement. Oop, I don't need that ladder there. I had that ladder there because I was doing some things on the roof. Now this little red building here, this is from Far Harbor, the Far Harbor add-on, and I did add that after Far Harbor and after contraptions, because inside this little red building, oh, let me show you the back here. So here's the beach, got a guard post, water purifier, and a missile turret to guard that. Inside the red building, I started to say, is a machine. And we'll talk about that in a little while. I'll finish giving you the perimeter tour here. Now, Handy Dan lives down by the river. He's not actually inside the settlement, but Handy Dan's got his own turret there to protect him. And Handy Dan is a ghoul, so he knows how to survive in the wasteland. Hey there. He is my weapons dealer. And his house is kind of built up against this, what is that, a pylon there. See, it says gun shop. In my settlements, I like to have a person or two who would be repairing their weapons and armor. Not necessarily making a lot of caps off of selling to the 14 other people who live in the settlement, but would definitely need somebody to help them keep their weapons and armor in good working order. So yeah, Handy Dan's kind of out here on his own, not up inside the settlement, but he's got some cool digs and lots of firepower. Nice little sitting area there with a view of Brahmin Hill out there and the Sagas Ironworks, or however you pronounce that. What's he got on the wall? Deadeye. That's a legendary kind of special item. I don't remember where I got that. Cool. Alright. I've also got a provisioner that goes back and forth between the slog and here, and she always walks through here. She's a ghoul. I like to think she's Handy Dan's old lady. She's always walking back and forth through here. I'm gonna run out here. This isn't part of the settlement, but there's this Brahmin Hill where no matter how many times you kill these Brahmin, they will respawn. So if you need Brahmin meat, this is the place to get it. And that little bucket always respawns too. Now, Finch Farm has some issues. Where it's located is not very safe, because you've got right there that big junkyard that's got respawning gunners who like to spawn on this bridge up here and shoot at my provisioner and pretty much anybody that wanders over here. And then you've got the ironworks there, which is the forged version of raiders that like to respawn there all the time. So my poor little provisioner that walks right between those two, she's always getting attacked. That's kind of dangerous. And then over on the other side of the settlement, well, to the west you've got a checkpoint, which is there because I've finished the main storyline. So practically every time I come here, there's a defend the checkpoint request right out there. And then right over there, you've got that satellite array, which is full of mutants. And they like to respawn a lot. And the settlers like to aggro on them and go running over there to attack all the mutants. So that is one reason why I built this artillery gun here. I don't have very many settlements with an artillery gun, but this one seemed to be located in an area where it was necessary. So from time to time, like when the mutants go crazy or the gunners go crazy, I can call in some artillery fire. I also have this fireworks mortar here. It's got emergency flare shell. Well, it's got the weather clear thing too, but it's got flares. So if we need extra help, I can flip the switch and send one of those up and call in some Minutemen from over the hill there at the checkpoint. Because this is kind of a dangerous location. So anyway, we'll finish the perimeter. Sorry, took a little sidebar there. So the rest of the perimeter is thus. There's some guard towers, lots of turrets. Little building. And a caravan stop. To be honest, I could probably build another one of these. This is the scaffolding structures. I think it came with contraptions. I can't remember. One of the add-ons. Pretty sure it was contraptions. I should probably build another one on this side. Maybe. To be sort of the entrance to the settlement. But I don't bother using the great big gates. I did at one point have a gate on here, and then it was kind of like, you know, they never use it. It's not like you can close it and keep out enemies or anything. It serves no purpose other than to take up a lot of the size bar, so I got rid of it. But let's enter Finch Farm and take a look around. So yes, we have the caravan stop. I like to give them water for their brahmin and a bed or two, a little bedroll for them to sleep on, because they will sleep at night. Chairs to sit in. And then sometimes I give them cooking stations, or like this one's next to the bar. So I figure they don't need to have a cooking station of their own. They can grab food and drink there at the Brahmin's Head bar. And we'll go in the bar and check that out. Oh, John's already in there hanging out. Hey, darling. Oh, nice little bar here. I brought this guy in at about the point when I was playing Far Harbor, and these are from Far Harbor, these little glowing bottles. You get them from the Children of Adam. I mean, it's in the workshop, but I think you have to meet the Children of Adam in Far Harbor, and then you get these in the workshop. And I thought they were cool. It's a cool idea for a bar to have these empty glowing bottle lantern things. So in my little head story, he is a member of the Children of Adam who decided to leave, come to the mainland, and now he is my bartender here at Finch Farm. So goodies, there's his bed, more goodies. Now, this weight bench likes to be used by ghosts, I guess. It does this a lot in all of my settlements. It just starts doing things by itself with nobody there to do them. That's a glitch. But the weight bench in general, it adds happiness to the settlement, so I threw one in here for them. That came with the Vault Tech add-on. Of course, you gotta have bathrooms. Oh, see, there's the provisioner lady I mentioned. Handy Dan's lady. Gotta have toilets for all the people. Alright, so we have this giant pile of junk here. And I did that because, I mean, it's kind of a big pile of, you can see it's just crap. I mean, there is some wooden boards and some things that you can't scrap. This wooden board, it's just perpetually always there. And the Finches mention that Mr. Finch, Papa Finch, he likes junk, and his wife complains about the junk pile, and his son talks about inheriting the junk pile, and that his dad's this great scavenger and all that. So I figured, well, why not go with it? Let's give the Finches a really good junk pile. So that's what I did. I said, here you go. I think his name's Daniel Finch, or is that the son? I can't remember. Anyway, you know, have a pile of junk. So that's Papa Finch's pile of junk right there. And then he's got more junk that he collects, because the house is covered with signs. This little building right here comes with the settlement. You can't scrap it. It's the house that the Finches live in. We'll go in there, and I haven't done much to change it. Some of the signs kept falling off the wall, so I scrapped them and put up more signs. But it's pretty much just the way that I found it when I first unlocked the settlement. I gave him a stove, though. Put in a decent stove. So that's where the Finches live. Gave him a yard gnome. And threw up a Minuteman flag. Gave them a doggy. Hello, Duke. I got him from Erickson in Far Harbor. Erickson sells dogs and wolves and tamed mutant hounds. Hello. But yeah, so as part of the junkyard, I built this junk shop, toy shop going on in here. We have the scavenging station. Now this is, they're calling it the builder, and they'll say in the workshop that it makes small items. But what it actually does is make nothing but toys. So it's a toy shop. And I'm going to do a separate video about the toy shop and about all the things that the toy builder will build. But this is where, oh, this is Daniel. Daniel's the son. Okay, I don't remember. Abraham, I think, is the dad's name, right? Was that the dad's name? But yeah, so Daniel's running the shop here, and Papa Finch is our scavenger. So this is all their junk. Oh, there's Papa Finch. Yeah, he is Abraham. Okay. Then off of this main house here, so there's the workshop and this house, I built the other houses for the farm workers and the guards and the people who came to live here. So here's one of the houses. Nothing too fancy. The size bar, or hot bar, or whatever you want to call it, in this settlement is completely full. Now, of course, there are tricks to reducing it a little bit by, say, dropping guns and then going into workshop and scrapping those guns or storing them. But I don't want to do that too much, because if I do it too much, then the settlement starts getting really laggy. The frame rate or whatever gets all messed up. But you see here we got 15 people, lots of food because we have a big farm out there. Adequate water, power. I didn't use the big giant generator here. Like sometimes I build the big generator and then wire everything to it. I've just got a few small generators and one of those windmill things. Lots of defense, close to 200. I like to get close to 200 on my bigger settlements. And they're very happy. But you'll see it's all full up. Can't really build anything else unless I scrap something here. And here's another house for the farmers that live here. Another toilet. And then this is the Minutemen Barracks. As I've mentioned in many of my videos, my guards for my settlements are often Minutemen or settlers that are in Minutemen clothing. Let's come over here and see if we can see one of them. Is this Minuteman? Hello, Minuteman. Yeah. He's got Minuteman uniform on. So I give them barracks where they all have a little cot and a footlocker. This one has indoor plumbing, fancy dancy for them. Of course, I can't get rid of these bushes. That annoys me. I wish that when you built things over the bushes would go away. So we're just going to pretend the bushes aren't there. We don't see them. La 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 la. Alright, but here's the cots for the Minutemen guards. And over here we have the doctor. A little clinic for the settlement. Chem station. Some cots for the patients. Desk for the doctor. All her goodies and chems and whatnot. And there's her stand. And of course water, because she'd need to be able to clean things, clean bandages, wash her hands and all that. I usually put my doctors in lab coats, but, you know, it seemed like this wasn't really a very fancy setup out here at Finch Farm. She's not a super classy doctor. She's more of a field medic type, I guess. Alright, so I think that is Finch Farm. Not terribly exciting, but thriving, realistic, well protected. They're doing all right. What do you think? Every time I do one of these tours, I always seem to forget something. I think I've shown you everything there is to show you and all the craziness around Finch Farm. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will continue my settlement tour. Let's see what's next on the list. Oh, County Crossing. I have a supermarket at County Crossing. So we'll go there next and check that out. Like and subscribe. Leave me some comments. I always like to read them. Like to hear about what you do with your settlements and answer any questions you might have. We'll see you later. Bye.